your energy forecast for November 2023. So on November 10th, we have Mercury, ruler of the mental plane, ruler of information, communication, how it is that we express ourselves, moving out of the Scorpio energy that we had just about 20 days in, very short time for Mercury to be in a particular sign. And we're moving into Sagittarius energy. Okay, so let's unpack. First of all, it was a very short stint in that Scorpio energy for good reason. Of course, it gave us an opportunity to kind of blend the best of both worlds together, meaning our intellect, where logic and practicality reign, and our emotional realm, our intuitive realm, where, of course, we are learning very slowly but surely where to trust our emotions a little bit more than what it is that we're taking for face value in our physical realm. Now, the Scorpio energy was very, very transformative, and the major focus was on the mental plane. Yep, we're still in Scorpio season. We're still awaiting the new moon in Scorpio that will officially close the door on eclipse season and essentially give us the green light go ahead to emerge as this brand new version of self. But of course, we needed to get our heart and our head in alignment. And because it has been a battle royale in order to do so, we had to go under a major change, a major transformation, a major metamorphosis. So, of course, it all starts with the programming, the conditioning in our mental plane. And because Mercury, being in Scorpio energy, was willing to do the deep dive into that programming, into that conditioning, and really analyze where some blockages have occurred, it flipped the script for us. It's essentially where we started questioning everything, where we, of course, felt the shift in the energy, still very confused, still lacking a couple of puzzle pieces, but nonetheless, very penetrating as far as revealing hidden truths go, peeling back the layers of particular situations, circumstances, perspectives, and understandings. And now that we'll call it major mental transformation is quote unquote complete, we're shifting into Sagittarius energy, which of course is going to lighten the vibe. Sag energy does act as the light at the end of what has been a very dark tunnel in this Scorpio energy. And because we've been going through a major change, major transformation, kind of rewiring our brain, so to speak, the Sagittarius energy perks us up. We tap back into a more optimistic, more confident type of narrative, dialogue, perception. Even more than that, we are kind of excited to jump into this new quest where we're seeing things very differently. I'll give you a kind of an analogy, if you will, or just something to ponder. You know how sometimes when you fall sick and you spend a couple of days on the couch and then you start feeling good again, you start kind of taking part in your daily tasks, your daily chores, and you go outside for the first time and it's like a brand new world. Everything's a little bit brighter. Everything's a little bit more vibrant. Everything is a little bit more, let's call it euphoric, very surreal. Well, this is the type of energy that we're moving into with Mercury moving into Sagittarius, because we are essentially seeing the existing world with a new set of eyes, with a new perception, a new understanding. We have laser vision, if you will, on seeking the truth, seeking a new mission, seeking a new purpose, making sense of all of this. And what we love about Sagittarius energy is that it exposes us to new opportunities, to a brand new horizon, if you will, now that we're coming out of the pain, out of the darkness, out of the struggle of really analyzing where it is in our mental plane we're creating the blockages for ourselves. Of course, Scorpio energy is shadow work. We rise out of that Scorpio energy as the phoenix, a new, more empowered, more enlightened version of ourselves. And as that phoenix kind of flies all the way to the top of the sky, of course, brand new perspectives and brand new opportunities to see things differently are definitely going to take form. So Another thing that I want to kind of illuminate for you is we want to pay careful attention to some of the topics, some of the themes that are coming up for us while Mercury will be in Sagittarius energy. Because we move into December, we're going to see Mercury move into Capricorn energy, which always kind of brings us down out of that sky. It's essentially where we need to be grounded, we need to be centered, we need to be realistic, and we start kind of applying a different set of logical, practical, let's call it frameworks to what it is that we are wanting to build, what it is that we're wanting to create. Mercury in Sag energy, we are receiving huge amounts of insight, huge amounts of downloads, especially where big ideas are definitely taking over, getting those seeds planted in our mental plane. The Capricorn energy that we'll be moving into is going to help us kind of refine that particular vision and dream into something that is actually tangible, actually practical, actually is achievable. So why am I talking about Mercury moving into Capricorn? Well, because Mercury is going to go retrograde in that Capricorn energy, just like we were back at the beginning of 2023. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because we will be retrograding back into Mercury in Sag frame of mind. And so as we dip into the realistic, long-term planning, logical, practical framework of Capricorn energy, we will be dipping back into the Sag energy, giving us a refresher, a reminder on where it is that we do have to dream big, where it is that we do have a new mission, new purpose, new truth to explore, where there are going to be new downloads of new ideas that once Mercury goes direct, hint, hint, the very first day of January 2024, we will see Mercury go direct at a master number, 22 degrees in Sagittarius energy. If that isn't divinely scripted, I don't know what is. So I'm giving you this framework because we need to pay attention to what is going on with Mercury in Sag when we are direct, meaning we're not in the pre-retrograde shadow period at this particular time. We will kind of enter into that as we get closer to December. But what we need to pay attention to is what we're being downloaded with, where there are new realizations, what our new truth is, what the new ideas are coming in from the higher levels of intellect, and how it is that we are going to attempt to bring them to life. So when we're paying attention, especially towards the end of November into December, on some particular topics and themes that have us excited, that have us hopeful, have us really confident and optimistic about what it is that we're going to start focusing our time, energy, and attention on, pay attention to that. Because when Mercury moves into Capricorn energy, that particular high potency energy, that excitement, that anticipation is going to get grounded out. It's going to be a little bit of a Debbie Downer. Capricorn energy always knocks the wind out of our sails, but for good reason. We dream too big of an unrealistic dream, and the Capricorn energy is going to help us refine it into something that we're actually capable of bringing to life and achieving. So as we kind of near the end of November and get into December, that is going to be the topics and themes that we're going to have to revisit at the beginning of 2024 when Mercury goes direct at 22 degrees in Sagittarius energy. So just pay attention to how your mental plane is changing. Pay attention to what it is that you're excited about, what it is that you're now realizing, where it is that you're flipping the script, where it is that you're rewriting the narrative. Because we're coming out of the depths of the darkness in that Scorpio energy and we fly high to the very, very top of the sky in which we're able to actually kind of pause at in order to take this new horizon, this new landscape, this new realm and reality in, we're definitely going to have a lot of pressure in our headspace, racing thoughts. I call it squirrel syndrome. And so we have to be very careful at the fact that the Sagittarius energy, as potent as it is, as optimistic as it is, as beautiful as it is, it's scattered. meaning we're jumping all over the place. And the downside to that is that we have some very potent energy helping us to kind of paint the bigger, broader picture of what it is that we're trying to work towards, but we lose focus very, very easily. And we're not able to focus in on the smaller details that are actually going to make up the greater, grander whole. So this is why we need to really hone in our tunnel vision, really examine what is going on in our mental plane, because of course what we focus on is what we're bringing to life, what we're manifesting, good, bad, or otherwise. Now we do have a lot of topics of faith, of hope, of real down to earth, real trust, not only in ourselves, but in the greater, grander plan. And as we kind of move through not only Mercury in Sag, but we move into Sagittarius season, this is definitely going to kind of get the wheels turning again. Again, Sag energy is a fire energy. It is very cleansing, very rejuvenating, very regenerative. And it's putting us in a situation to initiate, open up, jump into a brand new adventure. So yes, the ideas are going to be big. Yes, the narrative and the dialogue is going to be a little bit more optimistic. Yes, we're going to be kind of all over the place, but we really have to test this new version of self and what it is that we're currently believing in.